So what happened to the other businesses? You sold them, some of them failed, and did you didn't feel fulfilled running these businesses? And what's the aha moment that led you to start Mind Movies?
You know, when I worked in fitness, I actually was in the fitness industry for 11 years, and I loved it. I was lecturing on stage at the age of 24, lecturing to club owners all over Australia on how to systemize their business and how to manage their staff. And it was a very positive career. And then Glenn and I went through a 10-year period that I call my beige years, because they were a little bit bland. And every business that we got involved in was like, well, what's our investment? What's our return on our investment? Can we make money? And what's our exit strategy? So it was always about the money. Can we get in? Can we get out? Is it going to be successful? Can we make money out of it? Which I think in your 20s, that's what you do. 20s and 30s, you're trying to build your wealth, and which is the reason that we were sort of looking at all these different businesses. And then when our friend came along and showed us this little movie that he'd created, which was Affirmations, Photos and Music, which is what we now call a mind movie, and then approached us with the idea of setting up a website with the instructions so that people around the world could do this for themselves. We didn't really know anything about the internet. We actually, Glenn hardly knew how to turn on a computer, and I think he'd sent 2 emails in his life. I hadn't even heard of YouTube, and this is at the end of 2006. But we did recognize that Mind Movies was a brilliant idea. And, within a few months of setting up the website and putting a video on YouTube, we had that many emails coming in from people saying, this is completely changing my life. I started to get those feelings that I used to have when I worked in fitness, where I felt like I was making a contribution. And so very quickly I recognized that, okay, this is something that we need to pay attention to. This is something I feel is going to be more fulfilling for me. So for the previous businesses, it was just like going through the motions. But this was the first time that I, again, tapped into those emotions and went, you know what, we can make a big contribution here. And even though the first year or two was very tough, and we were way outside our comfort zone and doing everything we could to make it happen, once we kind of got some success and was able to start building a team, that's when I could really step in and go, well, what is my contribution? How can I really step up and make a difference here? And so then I stepped into the role that I did within the company.